सोच में सकारात्मकता लाएं, जीवन को बेहतर बनाएं। मनोदर्पण पर कॉल लगाएं, मनोबल अपना और बढ़ाएं। मनोदर्पण पर कॉल लगाएं, मनोबल अपना और बढ़ाएं। चलो आज ही प्रण ले हम, मानसिक स्वास्थ्य सुधारे हम। चलो आज ही प्रण ले हम, मानसिक स्वास्थ्य सुधारे हम। मनोदर्पण के काउंसलर से परामर्श पाने के लिए डायल करें टोल फ्री नंबर 844-844-0632। नंबर एक बार फिर सुने 844-844-0632।
A very good evening to all of you. This is Nini Goswami welcoming you all in a very special show which is Sahyog. And this show you're watching at PM eVidya channel number 6 to 12 and on our official YouTube channels which are NCERT official and NCERT PM eVidya class 6 to 12. Speaking about this show is specially designed for your children mental well-being, and today the topic that we are going to cover is maintaining self-motivation during study time. And to elaborate this topic, I've joined by two guests, and guest number one is Dr. Preethi Kumar, who is Assistant Professor RIE Mysuru, and the another guest that we have in the show is Sukanya Jacker, who is an SG teacher practicing counselor. Both of you a very warm welcome to the show.
Welcome, sir.
Okay, so before we start this session with both of our guests, let's take a look of a small piece of information, and that is if you have any question from us, so you can directly ask by calling us on our phone numbers, and we have two numbers. Number one is 844-844-0632 and the another number that we have is 8800440559. With that, if you have any suggestions, if you want to give us any feedback, you can directly mail us at sahyog.ncert@ciet.nic.in. And as I have told you that if you're watching this show on our YouTube channels, so you can feel free to ask any of your questions in the live chat box. So now it's time to start this very important topic that we have picked today for our Sahyog session. And as I've told you that it is maintaining self-motivation during study time. Study time is very important for all of us, for all our children, and how you get yourself motivated and how you can maintain that self-motivation is very important. So Preethi ma'am, the first question that I would like to ask from you, and that is, what is self-motivation and its importance?
Okay, thank you for your question, sir. First, now we will going to speak about the motivation. First, I will tell about motivation, then we will move to self-motivation. Okay. Motivation, that we know very well that motivation is that our internal energy that drives us to act and pursue our goals and objectives. It's like an emotional impulse that encourages us to strive and to overcome the obstacles and what we have desire. And motivation can arise from different sources, such as the desire for success and the passion for something that exists, or the pursuit of a personal satisfaction. So when we are motivated, we find purpose and meaning in our actions, and we feel inspired to give our best. Motivation helps us to overcome from the obstacles and it towards achievement and personal growth. Now, self-motivation. So we know self-motivation is one of the important element to every student. So it is the best form of motivation for oneself. It is an important element which is required to stimulate the desire in a people for performing and giving their best at their work. So self-motivation is the ability to be driven to accomplish tasks and achieve goals without needing or to be encouraged or supervised by others. It is an important skill. Previous slide, please. And it is an important skill that can help people become more productive, creative, and less stressed. So it's a very important factors in a person's life because this helps them to seeing things in a positive way. This will enable them to overcome challenges by developing an attitude that could withstand trials and failures. If one is able to develop a good outlook in life, everything will start falling into their proper place. Therefore, individuals who are self-motivated tend to be a more organized thing, and they should very aware in managing time, and also they should be a very confident, self-confident should be there, and also they have to be a very high self-esteem should be there. So people who are self-motivated will always want to give their best and also willing to take various responsibilities. And a self-motivated person, they will have tendency to work for a longer while comparing to the normal people. Actually, they are self-motivated people, so they may not get tired often. So only thing is they actually what they used to do means we want to achieve that goal like that they used to do. So they used to work long and they may have a capacity to handle anything and they know how to handle the situation and how to face the problems, that all they used to know, and they can become a good leaders and they come up with solution of various problems in an easy way. And also learn and develop, they used to learn and develop their new skills and they were very eager to develop new skills, and also they have a good creative mind and they used to learn more. And then actually according to me that self motivation is staying motivated due to one's interest. One should be a self motivated person, as self motivation is the key to a satisfied living, because if they have self motivation they used to achieve everything and they can live a satisfied life, isn't it? That's very important. And also it's enable a person to make self assessment as often as one they can. So and I would say that the self motivation will always lead a person to success, provide that they committed after being motivated. And being self motivated is of a great help as it helps one to fulfill their own objectives. It may be any objectives, that may be to develop their skills or to achieve in their examination or to achieve their projects like that. And it allows a person to set and achieve the goal. At times of difficulty, self motivation allows a person to set a achieve goals, and it leads to some mistakes. They used to learn from their mistakes because they won't get afraid or they won't be fed up, because while they are doing error, okay, they will take as a motivated and they will learn from their mistakes, so they won't get upset in that. So the self motivation build confident and it allows a person to be a more responsible for their learning and the success or the failures, and then be able to stick with it, see through whatever is they worked on. Thank you, sir.
Yes, indeed, self motivation is very important. It is important to enhance your own skills, and a self motivated person is a well satisfied person. But Sukanya ma'am, I would like to come towards you and want to know that what are some common distractions or challenges that can derail your study time, and how can you overcome that?
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the question. See, we can see some common distractions or challenges that disturbs during our study time. We can see the two types of distractions commonly. One is the internal distraction and another one is the external distractions. One of the internal distraction is procrastination. It is a habit of delaying tasks or decisions, often leading to feel of guilt, stress, and lost productivity. The second one is lack of motivation. It is a state where an individual struggles to initiate or sustain effort towards achievable goals or tasks. The third one is fatigue. It makes a student by decreased energy, strength, and productivity. It is a state of with physical, mental, or emotional exhaustion. So it disturbs or deviates from their regular study habits. Then next one, difficulty in understanding material. When a student or individual feels difficult when while studying, they can seek help from their teachers, they can seek help from their classmates, or they can refer online resources, or they can review materials regularly. It makes them better to continue their study. Next one is usually they will have some self doubts. If they feel low self confidence during their study time, they can practice a positive self talk. They can focus on their strengths, or they can seek some support from their friends, or they can create study buddies. Which makes them to concentrate or focus during their regular study times. Some external distractions we can commonly see among the adolescent students. The major common external distraction we already know is the social media. Students can turn off their notification, or they can log out of social media accounts, or they can use website blockers like freedom or self control to avoid the disturbances through social media. The second one is phone notifications. Usually they disturbed by phone notification. So I request every children to turn off notifications, or they can put their phone in a silent mode. The third one is the noise. Usually, the noise will disturb while studying or deviates. So they can find a quiet study space while they are studying, or else they can use noise cancelling headphones or earplugs for a quiet study time. Then family members or friends, they usually communicate them, or they may sometimes they may also disturb during study time. So they can, I request everyone to set boundaries or find a separate study space, so they may focus on their studies. Sometimes their regular email checkings also disturb, so they can close email tabs. So if they aware about distractions, they can overcome the distractions and challenges using some strategies. So now we move to the next slide. To overcome the distractions and challenges, I request everyone to create a conducive study environment, which means we can choose a quiet, comfortable, and a clutter-free space with minimal distractions. The next strategy we can use, we can set specific goals and deadlines. If we feel tough with the larger goals, so that we can divide or break that larger task or difficult task into a manageable and smaller chunks, so that they can complete and they can reward themselves, so they feel confident while completing their smaller task, so they can continue their they can feel confident in their study time, so they continue their studies regularly. Then I am requesting the students to use time management tools while studying. For that they can utilize calendars, planners, or apps to schedule study sessions on. It may make them to stay organized. Next one, minimize multitasking. Usually we get distraction about so many thoughts. So if we are getting disturbance with so many thoughts, I requesting everyone to focus on a single task at a time to maintain productivity and reduce distractions. Then we can take breaks and practice self-care activities. For that, we can take breaks during our study time for every 25 to 30 minutes. In that breaks, we can practice self-care to maintain physical and mental well-being. Next, we can seek help when we needed. Usually students hesitate to ask help from their elders like teachers, their classmates, friends, during their study time. So I requesting the children, while their study time, if they having any difficulties or any if they need any help, they can seek help from their teachers and friends. Next, they must be stay organized.
Yes.
That means they want to keep all study materials, including their notes, schedules, organized and easily accessible way, so they can properly maintain their regular study habits easily.
Yes,
Next.
definitely. That's how you can overcome distractions and challenges. Overall, you just have to overcome the distractions and you have to keep all these challenges aside, or you can just overcome from the challenges or just keep these distractions aside. But from here, Preethi ma'am, I just need a crisp answer from your side because here's a shortage of time. And the question is that how can common barriers to self-motivation be addressed and what strategies can enhance motivation to study effectively?
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Shall we move to next slide? Okay, actually, some of the common reasons are there. Due to these reasons, a lot of students they have lack of motivation. The first one is they feel overwhelmed or stressed due to their family situation or their economical level or their health issues. For that, they may feel stress and lack of interest in the subjects. They may not like that subject, or they may not like the subject teachers, and they feel somewhat difficult in their subject. That's why they may lack of motivation. And social media, through social media, as Sukanya ma'am has said, due to social media, lot of distractions are there. While even if students started to read also, we used to see the notification, so student easily they divert and they skip their study and they used to move to the social medias. So that's one of the lack of motivation. And they may have low self-esteem and the subject is too challenging to the students. They may feel so difficult, they may not like, and they feel okay, this somewhat they won't like that subject, that they feel very burdened to read that subject. So that's one of the reducing their motivation. And some in another case, subject is too easy for the students. For that, no, the students may not feel aware in that particular subject. Yeah, that's easy subject only, no, that we can make it up like that they used to do. So that's also one of the barrier. And moreover, they feel they may feeling burnout from the studies. So these all are the some of the common reason to the lack of motivation. Shall we move to next slide? Then we will see the strategies for motivation. So some of these strategies we have to follow to develop our motivation. First thing is recall your purpose. Okay, first we have to select what is our purpose and why we are reading or why we are just making this all. Just we have to recall, and we should make a note that okay, this is my task. I want to do like that. And what is my long time goal and what I want to achieve. That all we have to make it up, and we should make a piece of paper and we should note it on that and we should paste it on the wall. We should see and we should think about that. And next one is take the first step. After reading these all, no, we may feel overwhelmed. Yeah, that we know everything. Yeah, after read, yeah, I have done assignments. Okay, I know. I can write examination well, like that. They used to think, but after that, the students, they used to suffer where to start and how to start. So that's the problem. So whatever may be, just we should make a first step. That it may be a simple step also that we should do. Then only we can develop our motivation. And
Yes.
third one is break task into manageable chunks. Due to lack of time, just I'm moving fast. And then keep to a study schedule. We should make a study schedule per month or per week, this units like that previous slide. Like that we should make it up. And join of a study group. Actually that group study is one of the important thing, and it's have a great impact in group study. So as much as possible, students have to make a group study. In that group study we have to discuss and we have to learn more without learning anything, and we can observe very easily and we can gain knowledge.
Yes, ma'am.
So that-
Yes, definitely, Preethi, ma'am. So we have all understood the strategies of motivation, and you have described everything very, very confidently. But the last question that I would like to take from here from Sukanya, ma'am. Ma'am, here's a last question. I just want a crisp answer from you, and that question is: how can you prioritize self-care and take breaks during study time to maintain your physical and mental well-being? A crisp answer.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you for the question. Yeah, it is important to maintain both physical and mental well-being during our study time. We can take breaks, as I already told. During that break time, we can stretch up, or we can take a small walk, so that we can feel refreshable. Then we can drink during our break time. We can drink plenty of water. So that during that study time, it makes our body hydrated, and it makes to stay focused. Then during that break time, we can eat a nutritious snack which fuels your brain, like fruits, nuts, or energy bars. Then we want to take enough sleep regularly. At least 7 to 8 hours sleep is needed to everyone to boost their brain. Then we come to mental self-care. For that, during break times, for the relaxation, we can practice meditation. We can practice deep breathing, which makes everyone to calm their mind, so that they feel refreshable. Next one, they can practice positive self-talk, which encourages everyone with positive affirmations, which makes them stay motivated and focused. They can connect with their friends and family members, so they can feel connected and supported. Then next one, they can engage in the activities which makes them enjoyable, like hobbies, what they are liking, what they like to do, like reading, drawing, or listening to music. Both of that physical and mental self-care gives more benefits during study time. It makes them to focus and concentrate on studies. It increases productivity. Then it makes them better time management. It reduces stress and anxiety.
Definitely.
By prioritizing
Definitely,
self-care
Sukanya,
and taking,
we have all understood how we can overcome from these things, and how we can physically self-care and mental care is very important during the study time. And we have all understood that how we can maintain self-motivation during study time. Thank you so much, both of my guests. Thank you, Preethi ma'am. Thank you, Sukanya ma'am, for joining us throughout this session. Thank you for your valuable insights throughout this session. And this is all in Sahyog session for today, but you'll have to join us tomorrow as well, because a lot more coming to your doorstep. And what will bring to you? Let's take a look. So here's a schedule. At 8 a.m. We'll join you with yoga, and the topic is yoga for obesity from 10 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. The topic that we are going to cover is a virtual lab as a learning tool for mathematics. This is for class 6 to 12. From 12 p.m. We'll bring class 4th subject Hindi, and the topic is Thap Roti Thap Dal. From 2 p.m. we'll take up class 7th subject science, and the topic is reproduction in plants. From 2:30 p.m. we'll take up class 7th subject mathematics, and the topic is comparing quantities part 1. From 3 p.m. we'll take up class 8th Sanskrit, and the topic is Upsarga. From 3:30 p.m. we'll take up class 8 social science, and the topic is public facilities. From 4 p.m. we'll take up class 6 to 12. That will be our 1 hour online training program from 4 to 5 p.m. and the topic is cyberbullying, online grooming and related threats with security measures. And from 5 p.m. to 5:30 that will be our Sahyog session, and the topic is career information planning for your future. So now it's a wrap for this day from our side. You all need to take care of yourself. It's me, Neve Goswami, taking a leave from here. Take care of yourself. Thank you for joining us, and thanks once again.
सोच में सकारात्मकता लाएं, जीवन को बेहतर बनाएं। मनोदर्पण पर कॉल लगाए, मनोबल अपना और बढ़ाए। मनोदर्पण पर कॉल लगाए, मनोबल अपना और बढ़ाए। चलो आज ही प्रण ले हम, मानसिक स्वास्थ्य सुधारे हम। चलो आज ही प्रण ले हम, मानसिक स्वास्थ्य सुधारे हम।
मनोदर्पण के काउंसलर से परामर्श पाने के लिए डायल करें टोल फ्री नंबर 844-844-0632। नंबर एक बार फिर सुने 844-844-0632।